Okay, let's dive into something that so many of us feel but maybe don't talk about enough: imposter syndrome. We're going to get into why some of the most successful people out there secretly feel like they're complete frauds and, more importantly, what you can actually do about it. So let me ask you this, and be honest with yourself. Does this question just hit you right in the gut? You know that feeling? Maybe you're in a big meeting or you just got a promotion, and this little voice in your head goes, "Wow, I really pulled the wool over their eyes this time." If that sounds familiar, you are so not alone. And that's exactly what we're digging into today.
All right, so what is this nagging, persistent feeling really? Well, it actually has a name, and just being able to name it is the first huge step toward getting a handle on it.
So here it is, the textbook definition. The key things to notice here are psychological pattern and persistent fear. See, this isn't just having a bad day or a moment of self-doubt. It's a cycle. It's this deep-down belief that any success you have is just, I don't know, a fluke, dumb luck. It's anything but your own actual talent and hard work.
And here's the really weird part, the big paradox. You'd think that the more you accomplish, the more confident you'd be, right? But it's often the complete opposite. It's kind of like the more you learn, the more you realize just how much you don't know. And that massive ocean of things you don't know can actually fuel that feeling of being an imposter.
Now, this feeling isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. A researcher, Dr. Valerie Young, actually found that it tends to show up in a few very common ways.
Yep, she broke it down into 5 main types. And as we go through them, I want you to just listen and see if any of these sound, well, a little too familiar. Okay, so first up, you've got the perfectionist. For them, one tiny flaw in a huge project means the whole thing is a failure. Then there's the expert, who feels like they need to know every single thing about a subject before they can start, so they're always afraid of being exposed as a know-nothing. We've also got the natural genius, who thinks if they really have to work at something, it means they aren't smart enough. The soloist, they think asking for help is a sign of weakness, so they have to do everything by themselves. And finally, the superhuman. This is the person who's staying later than everyone else, working harder, all to prove they're not a fraud. Ringing any bells?
So what is going on in our heads when this happens? Well, it really boils down to a massive difference in your mindset, specifically how you explain your own success to yourself.
Let's look at this side by side. With a healthy mindset, when something good happens, you connect it to something you did. I worked for this, I earned this. You own it. But with the imposter mindset, you chalk up that same success to something outside of yourself. It was luck, the timing was good, they must have made a mistake. You basically give the credit away, which means you never actually get to feel like you deserve it.
Okay, so knowing all this is great. It's powerful, but it's not really enough, is it? So what do we do? How do we actually start to fight back and own our wins? Well, that brings us to our last section, taking back your success. We're going to break it down into 3 really practical, doable steps you can start using, like today. First, separate your feelings from the facts. Second, document your wins. And third, learn to reframe what failure even means.
This first step, this is maybe the biggest mental shift of all. You have to get this one. Just because you feel like you don't know what you're doing, that does not mean you're actually incompetent. A feeling is just a feeling. It's not a fact. That feeling of doubt is not evidence. And just being able to say, okay, I feel this way, but that doesn't make it true, that is a huge, huge win. Step 2 is all about building up your case against that little voice of doubt. Think of it like you're a lawyer building an evidence locker. When you feel like a fraud, you need to hit it with cold, hard facts. So, start a success file or a wins folder on your computer. Anytime your boss says something great, screenshot it. A client sends a thank you email, save it. This isn't about being arrogant. It's about creating a factual record of your achievements that you can look at when your feelings start to lie to you.
And that brings us to the last step, reframing failure. Making a mistake doesn't prove you're an imposter. You know what it proves? It proves you're trying. It proves you're in the game. Everybody messes up, and that really gets to the heart of it all. The goal isn't to magically stop feeling doubt forever. I mean, even the people you admire most feel it. The goal is to learn how to act anyway, to move forward even when that doubt is there. So I want to leave you with this question. Now that you have a name for this feeling, now that you see the patterns and you get the mindset shift,
You actually have some power over it. So the next time you accomplish something, how are you going to frame it for yourself? As just another lucky break? Or as the thing that happened because you worked for it? The choice is totally yours.